Welcome to the Maternity Mentor. Today we will be talking about the top 10 foods to avoid when you have gestational diabetes. Stay with us. Hi, I'm Samantha. I'm a board-certified nurse practitioner, and I have over 12 years nursing experience working in mother-baby postpartum, NICU, antepartum, and labor and delivery. I'm also an IBCLC, I'm maternal newborn nursing certified, and I have received training in perinatal mood and anxiety disorders as well as perinatal bereavement. Up to 9% of women will be diagnosed with gestational diabetes during their pregnancy. Treatment for gestational diabetes starts with dietary guidelines and restrictions. Let's explore the top 10 foods to avoid when you have gestational diabetes. Gestational diabetes is a form of diabetes that only occurs in pregnant women. This happens when a mother's body does not produce enough insulin. Insulin helps us process sugar, and without the correct amount, we end up with high blood sugar. High blood sugar is a serious problem for both mothers and babies and can lead to miscarriage, preterm birth, and fetal death. Another issue contributing to the development of gestational diabetes is insulin resistance that naturally occurs during pregnancy. Insulin resistance allows more glucose to be accessible to the developing baby. However, the excess amount of glucose in our diet, combined with an inadequate production of insulin, leads to the development of gestational diabetes. The first food to avoid on our list is sweetened drinks. This includes sodas, teas, and juices. These drinks are loaded with sugar in the form of carbohydrates and empty calories. Empty calories are calories that have no nutritional value. Carbohydrates are also called carbs, and they are the sugar that's found in food. Too many carbs can lead to high blood sugar, but eating carbs can also cause blood sugar spikes followed by blood sugar crashes, which are not good for you. A healthy alternative to sweetened drinks is to infuse plain water with slices of fresh fruit for natural flavor and sweetness. Another food to avoid with gestational diabetes is specialty coffee drinks. These include frappuccinos, cappuccinos, lattes, frappes, and espressos. Many consider having one of these drinks a day as an acceptable treat. However, these drinks are loaded with sugar and saturated fats, which are both unhealthy choices when you have gestational diabetes. Over 400 calories can be found in just one of these drinks alone. And these are empty calories providing little nutritional value to your diet. A healthy alternative would be black coffee or coffee using artificial sweeteners and a small amount of skim milk. Before we continue, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe so you can get our latest content to have a happy and healthy family. Now let's talk about whole cow's milk. The next food to avoid on our list is whole cow's milk. Whole cow's milk can be an issue for gestational diabetes on two fronts. It's full of sugar in the form of lactose as well as fat. Fat contributes to weight gain and makes controlling blood sugar more difficult. If you must have milk in your diet, try to switch to skim milk or 1%. You should note that skim milk has a lot of carbs per serving. Alternatives to cow's milk, including soy milk, almond milk, and rice milk, also contain a lot of sugar and should be avoided when possible. The best rule of thumb is to try and eliminate all forms of milk when you have gestational diabetes. Pancake syrup, whether real or artificial, is super high in sugar and it provides no nutritional value to your diet. Another issue with pancake syrup is that we rarely measure it when serving it on our pancakes or waffles. Pancakes and waffles are super absorbent, so most of the poured syrup will be eaten by us. A healthy alternative to regular syrup is to switch to a light or low-calorie pancake syrup. These have about half the calories and sugar of regular syrup. When serving even these healthy versions, make sure to know your serving size and use as little as possible. Hidden carbohydrates are a source of sugar that needs to be avoided. A common source of these hidden carbs is found in salad dressings and condiments like ketchup and barbecue sauce. Plenty of times, new mothers will take a diabetic diet very seriously, only to forget that the sauces we normally top our foods with are very high in sugar. Even salty sauces have hidden carbohydrates. Be sure to read all labels when using condiments and measure the serving size. Whenever possible, switch to low sugar or sugar-free alternatives. For many who love ice cream but are concerned with its fat content, sherbet is their go-to alternative. Sherbets are often made using fruit and can appear to be a very healthy alternative. The real truth is that for the same serving size, sherbet has twice the calories of ice cream. A healthy alternative may be to invest in an ice cream maker and make your own sugar-free ice cream, or skip the ice cream and sherbet altogether until you give birth. Next on our list are baked potatoes with all the fixings. Baked potatoes can be a healthy choice in moderation. However, once butter, cheese, sour cream, and bacon are added, this once healthy choice turns into a disaster. These added toppings increase the fat and sodium content of the meal, which are both bad for anyone who has gestational diabetes. A healthy alternative would be to skip the baked potato altogether and instead reach for a baked sweet potato, which has many beneficial nutrients for your pregnancy and can also be eaten in moderation. Next on our list is sweetened cereals. Now, before you say, "I don't add any sugar to my cereal," be aware most cereals are high in carbohydrates to begin with. Additionally, sugar and fat are added when you pour milk into the bowl. Many cereals that appear healthy are in fact very high in sugar. For example, shredded wheat without milk contains 46 grams of carbohydrates per serving. Processed oatmeal and grits can also contain high amounts of sugar. It's best to steer clear of cereals altogether when you have gestational diabetes. A healthier alternative would be eggs and fresh fruit for breakfast. Fried foods should be avoided completely when you have gestational diabetes. Fried foods are high in fat and cholesterol. This can lead to an increase in weight gain and poor cardiovascular health. Both can complicate your gestational diabetes. Additionally, the frying process often removes essential nutrients from the food, leaving this a very unhealthy choice. Best to stick with fresh fruits, vegetables, and meats that have been steamed or grilled. Finally, on our list of foods to avoid with gestational diabetes is desserts. Candies, cakes, cookies, pies, and pastries are favorites for most people. However, during a pregnancy with gestational diabetes, these can be a very dangerous indulgence. Desserts contain high levels of sugar, which can create dangerous spikes in your blood sugar. It's best to steer clear of these full sugar treats and instead opt for sugar-free versions or fresh fruit. Having gestational diabetes can be dangerous, making it very important to keep your blood sugar under control through proper diet and nutrition. I hope this has explained the top 10 foods you should avoid if you have been diagnosed with gestational diabetes. Please share your comments and let us know what topics you would like to hear more about. If you like this content, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe so you can be the first to receive this information. Remember to share this channel with your friends and family, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for additional content. We will link those in the description below. Thank you so much for joining us at the Maternity Mentor.